Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the sign of Jesus Christ. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 30, American Standard Version, we read, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven." When we think about Jesus Christ, and He's the one talking, we think about the cross. But a good question is He referring to the cross? Because we, nowadays, when we think about Jesus, we think about the cross. We think about the lamb. Another symbol is the fish or a piece of bread. But let's see what the Bible says about this. Chapter 7, verse 1, 2, and 3 says, "After this I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that no wind should blow on the earth, and on the sea, or upon any tree." And I saw another angel ascend from the sunrise, having the seal of the living God. So we might think that probably they're going to be sealed with a cross. But let's keep on reading. Verse 3, saying, "Heard not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, until we shall have sealed the servants of our God and their foreheads." And I hear the number of them that were sealed, 144,000. Once again, we might think that the seal is a cross on the forehead. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 1. "For the law, having a shadow of the good things to come, not the very image of the things." If the sign of Jesus in heaven that Jesus is talking in Matthew is a cross, must be in the law of Moses. But we have a problem. Moses doesn't talk about cross. He makes a reference in the law that a man hanging from a tree is a curse, but that's not a cross. And besides, that symbol has to be on the forehead of the person. So let's think for a moment. Is the 44,000 going to have a fish in the forehead? No, because a fish is not in the book of Moses. Oh, a piece of bread. Yeah, the piece of bread or the bread is in the law of Moses. Also, the lamb is in the law of Moses. But the law of Moses also says, "Do not make any image of anything in heaven, or on earth, or on the waters under the earth." So, what is this shape? Constantine says that he saw a cross in heaven, and a voice telling that with this symbol you shall win. But if we go to the book of Revelation chapter 11, verse 19, and I'm going to read the American Standard Version. It says, "And there was opened the temple of God that is in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his covenant. And there followed lightnings and voices and thunders and an earthquake and great hail." So the symbol of Jesus, is it the temple, or is it the ark that is inside the temple? Once again, in the law of Moses, there is any reference as having a symbol of the ark in the forehead or the right hand. Nevertheless, Moses says, "You shall have this law written on your foreheads and on your right hand. And here is the key. When in the book of Revelation said the heavens were open and they saw the temple and they saw the ark, inside the ark are the 10 commandments. So the symbol of Jesus are the 10 commandments. And what he's telling us is the 10 commandments is a reflection of God's conduct. It's God's behavior. And that is that's the symbol of Jesus. Now it makes sense when he says that the persons are going to be sealed on their forehead, meaning this people is going to think constantly about the 10 commandments. And if the seal of God is in the right hand, it means that the person is going to act according to the 10 commandments. And this makes sense. So it's not a cross, it's not a lamp, it's not a fish, it's not a bread, it's not a temple, it's not even the ark. It's the 10 commandments that represents Jesus. But this has a little problem because the 10 commandments also have the 4th commandment that says to keep the Sabbath. And we Christians, we don't keep the Sabbath. So we don't supposed to keep the law. We don't keep the law actually. God, Jesus is expecting more than that. Nevertheless, having the 10 commandments doesn't contradict our belief. So, if I ask you, what is it that Constantine saw in the year 400 after Jesus? He said that he saw a cross. We don't really know what he saw. He makes reference as a cross. The Bible says that in heavens, it's going to be a temple and an ark. And probably it's making a reference. It's making reference that when the Christians are gone, the people of God are gonna believe, are gonna follow Jesus, and are gonna keep the 10 commandments. That makes sense. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.